Runza. It looks so good. So beautiful. Dough portion here. That's perfect. Super soft like this. What's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be making some homemade Runzas. I got this recipe on houseofnasheats.com. This is what it looks like. Looks so delicious, and I'll go ahead and have the ingredients in the description box below for you guys. This was requested by Matt Radford 3505. So thank you so much, Matt, for this request. I'm super excited to make this. Looks so delicious. It's like a meat-filled bun, so sounds really good. I already have 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1.5 tablespoons of active dry yeast prepared in a bowl here. And we're going to be adding 1.5 cups of warm water to the bowl. And we're just gonna allow the yeast to activate. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a whisk so that way we can add the water. Grab a whisk. And we're just gonna whisk our yeast with the water. Let me just show you guys the process here. So like I showed you, I have 1.5 tablespoons of active dry yeast and 2 tablespoons of sugar in the bowl. And I went ahead and heated up some water. It was kind of hot, so let me just test it. Because we don't want the water to be too hot, otherwise it'll kill the yeast. And then we don't want it to be too cold, otherwise our yeast won't activate. So let's go ahead and add our water. It's warm, it's perfect temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this up. And we're just gonna let it activate for a few minutes and then give it about, I'd say 5 to 7 minutes to activate. If your yeast doesn't foam at the top, it's most likely dead. So you need to get fresh yeast. But my yeast should be good. I'm gonna give it a few minutes and then I will go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. Okay guys, so our yeast has activated. It's nice and foamy at the top. I don't know if you can see that, but super foamy at the top. And so now what I'm gonna do is, show you guys. We're gonna add about 2 cups of flour to the bowl. We're gonna add some melted butter. I'll start with the melted butter. 4 tablespoons of salted melted butter, some salt, just some sea salt. And then I'm gonna start out with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, about 2 cups. I have 4.5 cups in this bowl, so about half. Mixing it up with my wooden spoon here. And I don't know if you guys can see, I have a stand mixer in the back there. I'm gonna be transferring this to the stand mixer, and I'm gonna be using a dough hook to mix the remaining flour with this. Let's just start by mixing this up first. Very, very wet dough. So I'm just gonna mix this up, and then I will go ahead and transfer this to the stand mixer, or you can just do this by hand if that's what you prefer, but it's a lot easier if you have a stand mixer. Go ahead and transfer that over to the stand mixer, and we can also add the remaining flour as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into the bowl. Grab a spatula, make sure I get all of it. Your dough hook for this part. It's over here. I'm adding this to the stand mixer. And then I will add the remaining flour. I'm just gonna add the remaining flour, about 1.5 cups left in this bowl here. So I'm just gonna add the remaining flour, and I'm gonna start off on a low speed as I mix this in. The dough is nice and soft. So let's go ahead and add the flour. All right guys, let's go ahead and add the flour. And we want the dough to be nice and smooth. Turn it on. Okay guys, I'm just gonna let that mix up until it's nice and soft and smooth. I turn it down to speed 2, so like a low speed, and I'll show you guys how it's looking. This is how it looks. Oh yeah, that is a nice smooth dough. Wow, look at that. Super smooth and soft, super soft dough. Perfect consistency. And we're just going to allow this dough ball to rise for about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how hot or cold your environment is. But I'm just gonna go ahead and place this guy in the bowl here, just like so. And we're gonna let it rise for an hour. I'm gonna cover it with some plastic wrap, or you can place a damp cloth over it, and we're just gonna let it rise. So, with the plastic wrap. I went ahead and covered it with some plastic wrap. Okay guys, so as our dough is rising, let's go ahead and prep the filling for our runzas. So I went ahead and chopped up some onion. Smells good. About a medium-sized onion here, just chopped up. I have about 2 pounds of beef here. Got it on sale. So we're gonna cook this with our cabbage and our onion. Ground beef here. Some cabbage, garlic powder, some salt, and some pepper. Go ahead and add some olive oil to a skillet on a medium-high heat. And then once that's nice and hot, I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions and the beef first. Then we can add our cabbage, olive oil, and just gonna drizzle it all over the pan here. About a tablespoon. And I'm just gonna let this get nice and hot, and then we can go ahead and add our beef. Okay guys, our skillet is nice and hot, so let's go ahead and add the beef. Gonna break it up into little chunks. Gonna mash it up till it gets nice and brown. Okay guys, so I added the beef, but I'm gonna let that cook for a few minutes before I add the onions, just until it gets nice and brown on one side, and then we'll add our onion. Okay guys, let's just go ahead and mix up our beef, and then we can add our onions. Mix up our beef here. I'm just gonna keep breaking it apart so we get nice small pieces of beef. Yum. Okay, I'm actually gonna go ahead and add our seasonings and sprinkle it all over our beef. Yum. Now I'm just gonna mix it up. All right, I'm gonna make a little well in the center, and just gonna add our onion. Okay guys, so I'm gonna let our onions cook with the beef for a few minutes, and then we can go ahead and add our cabbage. Okay guys, I have this on a high heat. I'm gonna turn it down just a tad. Well in the center. Okay guys, so I finished adding the remaining cabbage, and everything's nice and cooked, so I'll go ahead and take it off the skillet. Show you guys what it looks like. Smells so good. Here is our delicious beef, cabbage, and onions. Nice and cooked. Smells so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this down. Gonna let this cool off, and it's almost been a full hour, so our dough should be doubled in size. I went ahead and transferred it to a large bowl. It smells so good. I'm gonna go ahead and try a piece of the beef. Delicious. Ground beef. See, I'm just gonna let this cool off, and then once it's nice and cooled off, after we portion out our dough, we can go ahead and stuff it with the filling. It's been about an hour. Our dough should be doubled in size, so I'm gonna go check to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, doubled in size for sure. It has doubled in size, as you can see. Super large. Yeah, huge dough ball here. Off. And wow, look at that. Super soft, fluffy dough. The dough out of the bowl. Wow, super soft. Soft dough here. Oh my word. So cool. I just love dough. Especially when it's super soft like this. So fun to play with. But now we're just going to, on a lightly floured or actually not yet. Let's go ahead and portion out 12 dough balls. Oh, yeah, this is so fun to play with. Oh my word. So soft. I'm just gonna cut this in half. Yeah, really quick. And then roll it out again. Roll this out. You don't have to make them even if you don't want to, but I'm gonna try to make it as even as possible. So we need 12, portioned out 12 by doing this. 7, 8, 9, 10. Lightly flour the surface with my flour here. And then we're just going to use our rolling pin to roll them out into little rectangle shapes. So I'm gonna pull up my sleeves and then roll this guy out into a really thin rectangle. Fill it with our filling. Good amount of filling. First rectangle thin dough portion here. Yeah, that's perfect. So now I'm just gonna fill this with our beef and cabbage onion filling. Our filling to the dough. Probably about 2/3 cups of filling, I'd say. To the center here, and a little bit more. That's good. I'm just gonna seal it up like this as best as I can. And I'm just gonna place it on a baking sheet with some parchment paper. So I'll show you guys. Perfect. Almost there, almost there. Just want to make sure there's no holes because I don't want the filling to leak out. So just gonna place this seam side down on a baking sheet. I went ahead and prepared that with some parchment paper. Gonna let it rest. We're gonna let these rest for about 20 minutes. Okay guys, I went ahead and finished filling all of our dough, and once again I made 12 in total, and this is what it looks like. Here's our Runzas. Looks so cute. They look like little hot pockets. So I'm gonna let these rest for 20 minutes. Those have been resting for about 20 minutes. I'll show you guys. These have been resting for 20 minutes already. This is what they look like. The first batch of Runzas. So yeah, this batch is the one I'm going to bake first. Preheated the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna bake our Runzas for, let me check here, 20 to 25 minutes or until they're golden brown. And I'm gonna bake them separately, so I'm gonna bake this tray first and then bake the remaining Runzas. And then once they're done, once they're out of the oven, we're gonna brush melted butter all over the top. So the oven just preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the first batch of Runzas to the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Set a timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes starting now.
Hey guys, it's been 20 minutes. The first batch is golden, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them out. These guys right here. As you can see, they're nice and golden. Some melted butter all over the top. Yum. Smells so delicious. And they look beautiful. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the remaining batch to the oven for 20 minutes. Okay guys, so here is our first batch of Runzas. Wow, so beautiful, so golden. As you can see, smells even better than it looks. Smells so good. Wow, so cute looking, and they're perfectly golden. And I went ahead and added the second baking sheet to the oven for 20 minutes. And once those are done, I'll take them out, do the same thing, brush some butter over them. But I'm gonna go ahead and eat one of these with you guys. I'm so excited, oh my word. It smells so good. I'm gonna choose this one. I'm gonna grab a plate really quick. So went ahead and sliced open one of the homemade, delicious Nebraska Runzas. Inside, so fluffy, the dough, and then golden on the top. Looks so good, smells so delicious. Homemade Runza, looks so good, right? Hot, very hot, but that's the bottom of the dough, bottom of the bread. Try this. That is so delicious. Wow, so delicious. Super soft dough. That bread is so good. Super hot. This would be good with hot sauce. I'm gonna grab some hot sauce from the fridge. My Frank's hot sauce. Add it to the top of the Runza. So good. To drink, I have this vintage cola. Look how cute the can is. It's the Olipop seasonal prebiotic soda. So cute, right? I also have this one. It's the ginger ale flavor. This is their seasonal prebiotic sodas. Thought they were so cute, so I got both. Open this up. I've tried their other flavors and I love them. So good. The vintage cola. Cheers. It's good. Healthy version of Coke. It's good. I mean, it's not Coca-Cola, but it's healthy. Eat my other half. Wow. Just love this bread. Love this bread. Can't help it. Add some more hot sauce to the top. Yeah, the hot sauce definitely gives it more flavor. So good. So good. How many minutes? 7 more minutes until the second batch is done. Yeah, I haven't really had an appetite the past few days because I've been sick, but I'm finally getting my appetite back, and this is so good. Delicious. It's so good. I hope you guys liked this video. This was so delicious, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.